Prime Minister Tariq Rahman to visit his home district Bogura tomorrow. All preparations completed. Entire Bogura district in festive mood. Teesta Master Plan Government's election pledge will be implemented quickly after feasibility study, Water Resources Minister tells Shongshut. Government adjusts new selling prices for fuel oils. Diesel set at 115 taka per litre, octane at 140, petrol at 135 and kerosene at 130 taka effective from today. Prices of fuel oils adjusted to align with global market, says Energy Minister. No relationship between conditions of IMF and decision to raise fuel oil prices, says Finance Minister. Mentioning expatriates as assets, Information and Broadcasting Minister urges them to play a greater role in country's development. Measles infections increasing gradually in country. Countrywide measles rubella vaccination campaign begins tomorrow. Next hearing against Shajib Wajid Joy and Junaid Ahmed Polok on April 21 in case involving 3 charges including giving order to murder with shutting down internet during July mass uprising. Second round of peace talks between Iran and United States in Islamabad uncertain. Tehran demands lifting of US blockade on Iranian ports. And Bangladesh to face New Zealand in second ODI of 3-match series in Mirpur tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10. I am Roya Zabeen. You have just heard the headlines. Now news in details. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman will visit his ancestral home Ziabari in Bagbari village of Gaptoli Upazila in Bogura tomorrow. It will be his first visit there in nearly 20 years. All preparations centering the visit have been completed, creating a festive atmosphere in the area. Roads and key infrastructure across Bogura town have been cleaned and renovated ahead of the visit. The Circuit House, District Judge Court, Bogura Municipality Building and Baitur Rahman Central Mosque have been newly decorated. A stage has also been constructed at the historic Altafun Nisa Playground, where the Prime Minister is scheduled to address a public rally. Meanwhile, massive preparations have been taken in Bagbari village. Bagbari Shohid Zia Degree College and Zia Bari, the ancestral home of BNP founder and late President Zia Rahman, have been refurbished. Local roads in the area have also been repaired. Water Resources Minister Mohammad Shahiduddin Chaudhry Ani said that the present government must implement the Teesta Master Plan in line with the pledge made by Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. He came up with this assurance while lawmaker Mahbubul Alam brought an urgent public important notice under Section 71 of the Rules of Procedure at the Jatiya Shongshut with Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaiser Kamal in the chair today. The government must implement the project for the necessity of the country and also for the welfare of the 50 lakh people of the northern region. The minister said the government has prepared preliminary development project proposal PDPP in light of the feasibility study aiming at examining the financial and technical aspects of the project, and it is now under process. He said it would be possible to stop the river bank erosion through the implementation of the plan. Agricultural land, houses, educational institutions, mosques and other infrastructures would be protected. The life and livelihood of nearly 2 crore people would be saved, and agriculture, fisheries and economic activities would be revived, the minister added. Meanwhile, Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun has said the government will fix minimum educational qualification of a professional journalist and make their online database. The decision was taken to improve professional standard, ensure recognition of genuine journalists and curb fake journalism. The minister said this while replying to a written question tabled by lawmaker Abdul Alim. The minister said Bangladesh Press Council has taken the initiative in the context of the era of a free information flow. He said journalists would get training through the Press Institute of Bangladesh PIB on AI narrative building, information policy support and multimedia journalism. The minister said that 6 workshops are being conducted every month, 4 outside Dhaka and 2 inside Dhaka, while at least 1 monthly workshop is being held involving leaders of journalist organizations. Shapun said communication and cooperation have been strengthened with international media operating in the country. Preparations are underway to organize discussions and seminars involving fact-checking organizations, mainstream media and other stakeholders to address fake news and misinformation, he said. Replying to another start question in the House, the minister said steps have been taken to ensure freedom of the press and improve welfare of journalists. He said financial assistance has been provided to the journalists who are physically or mentally ill, unable to work or facing financial hardship, as well as to families of the deceased journalists. Replying to another start question, Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun has said that the process of forming the 10th Wage Board will start very soon. The Information Minister said that the 9th newspaper Wage Board was published in the Bangladesh Gazette on September 12, 2019. Meanwhile, Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Minister Iqbal Hassan Mahmud today said that a group of unscrupulous traders are illegally hoarding and black marketing fuel oil in different parts of the country. As a result, he also said an artificial fuel oil crisis is being created at pumps. No instructions have been given by the government regarding the provision of providing Taka 200 fuel or painting of motorbikes. However, an artificial crisis is being created due to panic buying and hoarding, he said. The Energy Minister said these in response to a start table in the Jatiyo সংসদ. He said that in order to bring greater transparency in fuel oil marketing at the consumer level, the government has introduced fuel cards on an experimental basis at some filling stations in Dhaka city. If the trials are successful, it will be implemented nationwide. The fuel card will store the information about the fuel oil collection of the customers. Later, lawmakers took part in general discussion on Thanksgiving motion on President's speech. The সংসদ adjourned its session till tomorrow 3 p.m. In line with the increase in fuel oil prices in the global market, the government issued a notification yesterday adjusting the retail prices at the consumer level. According to the notification, the revised retail prices at the consumer level have been set as follows: diesel at 115 taka per litre, octane at 140 taka per litre, petrol at 135 taka per litre and kerosene at 130 taka per litre. The newly determined prices will come into effect from today. Minister for Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Iqbal Hassan Mahmud has said fuel prices have been adjusted to keep pace with the global market. He made the remarks today at his office in the Secretariat while responding to journalists' questions regarding the recent increase in fuel prices. The minister said, "We are in a wartime situation. Countries around the world have adjusted fuel prices. Even the United States has increased oil prices by $5. He added that since the start of the war, the government has set fuel prices lower than the cost incurred in importing and building reserves. The minister said the government was compelled to take this step as fuel has to be purchased in foreign currency. Measures have been taken to ensure that even if prices rise, they remain at a tolerable level. Subsidies on fuel are still being provided. He further noted that war inevitably has adverse impacts affecting not only Bangladesh but the entire world. Finance and Planning Minister Amir Khosrow Mohammad Chaudhry has clarified that the adjustment in domestic fuel price was necessitated by global market volatility rather than conditions set by the International Monetary Fund (IMF). The government delayed increasing prices as long as possible to protect the interests of its citizens despite facing pressure as national funds were being depleted, he said. The minister made these remarks while talking to reporters at the Ministry of Finance in the city. Amir Khosrow Mahmud emphasized that oil prices have surged worldwide, citing examples that prices doubled in the United States and rose by 25% in Sri Lanka. The minister categorically said that there is no relationship between the IMF and the decision to raise fuel prices. He explained that the decision was made independently to manage the upcoming budget and alleviate the immense pressure on the national treasury. The government has increased it by a very negligible amount compared to the rest of the world, the minister remarked, adding that the adjustment was crucial to keeping other economic programs running. Regarding to the status of loans and cooperation, he described the discussions with the IMF, World Bank and the Asian Development Bank (ADB) as an ongoing process. The minister stressed that as a democratically elected government, the administration is bound by its promises to the people. He asserted that the government would not accept any conditions that create undue pressure on the public or the business of the community. International and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun has described expatriate Bangladeshis as a valuable asset to the country and urged them to play a greater role in national development. He said the knowledge, talent, wisdom and hard work of Bangladeshis living abroad are strengthening the country's economy. The minister also urged continued efforts to further increase their contributions in the future. Zahiruddin Shapun made the call this morning during a courtesy meeting with Tameside Council Civic Mayor Councillor Shibli Alam from Manchester of England at Bangladesh Secretariat. He said that England is the cradle of democracy and Bangladeshis have been living there for a long time. The Information and Broadcasting Minister said expatriates are contributing not only to economic activities but also playing a positive role in strengthening democracy in Bangladesh. During the meeting, Councillor Shibli Alam praised women's empowerment in Bangladesh and expressed hope that women in the country would continue to make their further progress in economic, social and state affairs. The number of measles patients is increasing every day across the country, along with rising death toll. To curb the outbreak, the government will launch a nationwide measles rubella vaccination campaign starting tomorrow. Earlier on April 5, emergency vaccination began in 30 upazilas across 18 districts identified as high-risk areas. Later, from April 12, the vaccination program was initially launched in 4 city corporation areas, including the capital Dhaka. Since March 10 this year, the number of measles cases in the country has exceeded 22,000. More than 200 children have died from measles and related symptoms. The International Crimes Tribunal has set April 23 for the next hearing on charge framing against former Member of Parliament Shamim Osman, his son and 10 others, making a total of 12 accused in a case involving 3 charges, including the killing of 10 people in Narayanganj during the July mass uprising. The date was fixed today by Tribunal 1, led by Justice Ghulam Murtaza Majumdar. Earlier in the morning, the prosecution presented arguments for framing charges in the case before the tribunal, outlining 3 charges. Meanwhile, the same tribunal set April 21 for the next date of witness testimony in another case against Joy and Pollock, which involves 3 charges, including allegations of ordering killings by shutting down the internet during the July uprising. Later, the tribunal will record testimonies in a case of enforced disappearance and torture at a TFI cell under RAB during the previous Awami League government rule against Sheikh Hasina and 16 others, including former and current military officials. Additionally, both Tribunal 1 and Tribunal 2 have scheduled dates for proceedings in several other new and ongoing cases. In the morning, a total of 20 arrested individuals in these cases were produced before the tribunal. State Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Dr. M.A. Mohit, has said, to understand the real scenario of the health system, the daily experiences and needs of the people must be kept at the center. The State Minister said this at a seminar titled Government Priorities and Challenges in the Health and Nutrition Sectors to Build a Healthy Bangladesh in Dhaka today. Advisor of BNP, Dr. Ziauddin Haider, presented the keynote paper at the seminar organized by Sushasthir Bangladesh. Speaking on the occasion, the State Minister said that emphasis must be given during formulating policies related to health system, and more importance should be given to the realities at the field level as well as people's expectations. Dr. Muhammad Sharful Islam Khan conducted the program. President of Sushasthir Bangladesh, Dr. Qazi Saifuddin Benur, General Secretary of Doctors Association of Bangladesh, Dr. Muhammad Zahirul Islam Shakil, and President of Bangladesh Medical and Dental Council, Professor Dr. Muhammad Saiful Islam, spoke among others. Now,